Are you ready to revolutionize the way that you teach multi-digit multiplication? Here's a way we might want to introduce this to some students. To start, give a word problem like this. If there are 26 students on a bus, and I have 32 buses, how many students do I have all together on all of the buses? Let students solve it their way first so we can see how they're thinking about it, how they're approaching it. Maybe drawing some lines or maybe skip counting. You might see some different strategies from students that we can build off of. But here's the game changer. Once we see that, we can begin to help students understand what's called the area model. If a student drew a bunch of circles on the page, we can take that work and we can say, hey, I could count all of these, but is there another way I could understand how many circles there are in this area? For example, if I look at this graphic of all those circles, I can say, well, I know that 20 times 30 is 600, so I can think about that and think about, okay, that means there's 600 circles without even counting them. And then over here, if I'm looking at 20 times 2, that's going to be 40 more students looking at this, and I can break these circles up into chunks without actually having to count them all. And this can be a helpful way to break a larger problem into smaller chunks that I am familiar with. I don't have to jump to an algorithm. I can think about what do I already know to build off things I don't know yet. It's not about replacing their creative strategies. It's about helping them to understand how their strategies relate to more complex strategies that might help them out with larger numbers later. By looking at these different rectangles built within the model, those are called partial products. I can then take the different partial products and add them together to get the full product without even using the standard algorithm. By the way, this conceptual understanding will really help students to build a deeper understanding when we move on to the standard algorithm a little bit later.